A dark, empty screen staring right back at you. Slowly, words fade into view, and music follows it. Capcom. The epic movie event. Yeah. So a little recap. That was totally supposed to be Hager, not Cody, who punched Belger through the wall. After the destruction of the Mad Gear gang, Metro City slowly returned to normal. Holy shit, fire! Cody and Jessica went on a vacation together, blah blah blah. Hager also returned home and ruled Metro City as mayor, blah 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 blah. They were regrouping. Who's that on the right? Actually, that's Guy. Sad we never got to see him in Final Fight 1. Totally not intimidating laugh. What? Now the Mad Gear gang are ready to strike back at those who opposed them. Their first move is to kidnap Guy's fiancée, Rena, and her father, Garrett. When her sister Maki learns of this, she immediately contacted Hager for help. Sort of a remix of the last song. Hello, this is Mayor Hager.
Mike, it's me, Maki. You have to help me. The Mad Gear gang have kidnapped my father and sister.
What? You have a father and sister? Oh, I mean, they're back? But how?
It doesn't matter. I found out that the Mad Gear are heading for Hong Kong, and I'm going after them.
Okay, it kind of does matter, because as far as we knew in the last one, they died. So how they would be back would be a critical question to ask. Most of all for the guy who killed them with his bare hands last time. But as we can see, Hager's not going to be rocking those suspenders very long. They must pay for their crimes. I'll meet you in Hong Kong. Fade. Arrgh! Who the hell are you? I owe you and Guy so much. Please let me go with you, Mike. Besides, I love kicking ass. Whoa, fire! Yeah. In the cutscene, it would have been nice if they explained who that guy was, but don't worry. Final Fight 2! The long-awaited sequel to the... not really long-awaited. So yeah, you can either be Hager, who's still kick-ass, Maki, who's Carlos. I'll go ahead and explain it right now, since it wasn't really explained at all. He is Cody's sparring partner. Or was that was Guy in the first one. Carlos, well, whatever. He's a ninjutsu master. He has a sword, but you only get to use it in his move that hurts you. He's pretty cool. I'll go ahead and use him. I don't like Maki. Hager, we might come back to in the third Final Fight. I don't know. So yeah. Carlos! Go kick ass. Oh, I was just walking to Hong Kong. Here I am. Didn't even notice. Yeah, as you can see, this is very similar to the initial gameplay of the first one. Scott, not Schott. Not German names. Yeah. As a ninjutsu master with a sword, Carlos basically gets to throw people. And kick ass. I'll go ahead and demonstrate it. Yeah, that's pretty awesome, I have to admit. That might be better than Hager's twirling dervish or whatever. Mick. Yeah, I don't know if in this game they continued with their theme. By the way, hi Chun-Li, I think. I don't remember playing the Final or Street Fighter games. I don't know if the enemies in this version of Final Fight have references to music icons or not. Bull, I mean Mark, these could be anybody. Broken door. You know, I didn't think Hong Kong was crime-ridden and infested like Metro City. You'd think it'd look a little nicer. Huh, lobster, just lying on the ground. Elias, yeah, these are definitely not references to music icons or specific ones. These are pretty much just regular names like Bull and Scott or Schott if it's German. Capcom! A store named Capcom in a game by Capcom. Coincidence? Yes, actually. Okay, Elias, get out of here. Jack! What a terrible name. Who would name somebody that? Anyway. Mark, Elijah. Yeah, these are the hard-ass names that people have. Elliot. Yeah, you're a badass. Almost missing Doug and Slash and Axel. I mean, come on, guys. Well, since I didn't really show him in the last one, another reason I picked Carlos. Atlas, that's a great name. He shrugs a lot, you'd never guess. The reason I picked Carlos is because I had Haggard last time. I didn't really show what Cody can do. Carlos is basically Cody. Bust down the door! They never did that in the first Final Fight version. It was supposed to be done, and it was done in the arcade version. But for whatever reason, they didn't do it in the Super Nintendo version. Which makes him look a lot more badass, so I don't know why they didn't do it. Yeah. Not too many differences in this one. The bosses, amazingly, are actually easier. And I'm not using save states now because I don't have to. These guys are easy. Later on, there will be one boss who was left out of the Super Nintendo version of Final Fight and was included in the arcade. I don't exactly know why he was never included in the Super Nintendo version. I don't remember his name. He's very annoying, and he was supposed to be in an industrial section. If I ever find gameplay of the arcade version, I'll show him. But yeah, and in this one you can actually go down. Another minor difference that's actually kind of nice. Makes a 2D game slightly more three-dimensional. More than just side-scrolling and linear, it's up and down scrolling too. Joni, this guy. You can tell they just pulled random names out of the phone book on this one. Like last time they tried to give him cool names. Bosses are all pretty much different, like I mentioned, except the last one. Or the one who was supposed to be in the last Final Fight but wasn't. As for minions and henchmen, they're almost entirely different, although obviously they follow similar guidelines. Bull and Jack and Scott and whoever. These are all kind of the same. This guy with electricity, Alec, clever name, is sort of like our G-Oribur group of people. Except they actually friggin' shock you. And it hurts, like hell. Elias is kind of like, I'll show him when he comes back up what he can actually do. Elias is sort of like our Elgato type figure, the one who moves fast and has weapons. Same old, same old. Moving on. Excuse me. The Shanghai. Very creative name for a ship. I guess these Atlas and Joni characters are sort of like our Slash and Axel. What they finally did was they kind of gave them sort of different death cries, at least. Leon, I think, and someone else similar to him are like the Sid and Billy from last time. Hi, ship. Your ship sails in the morning. Radio. Jack. Elliot. It's a nice view. Let me talk about the game! It's a nice view of the game at this point. It looks nice. In the first game, it took us a while before we got to the bay. Or any type of ocean. I have to admit, the water's not moving. Kind of freaky. It's like it's frozen. And our first boss! Wan Wan. Since we are in Hong Kong, we have to make as stereotypical and racist of a name as possible. And he looks terrible. Wan Wan is a boss who's sort of, again, they follow the same guidelines, almost note for note the same from the first Final Fight. This is a boss who doesn't call anybody, but he's sort of a big hulking guy who, what he does, he'll do a body slam. Don't want to show it because it hurts like hell and it's hard to dodge. But basically, it's sort of like how Thrasher would jump off of his siding and jump on you. Sort of like that. Yeah, and it kind of homes on you, which really sucks. And he uses his hair as a weapon. Overall, this guy looks more ridiculous than threatening. And it gets easier to dodge when you're, like, underneath or above him, but to the side, forget it. As far as I know, at least. So, about to clear up Hong Kong. Come on. No. We're about to clear up Hong Kong. By the way, nice skull tattoo on your shoulder. You will totally not regret that after years from now. Unlike in the first Final Fight, where we stayed only in Metro City, this game gives us the... Oh, come on, I was clearly out of his way. This game gives us the pleasure of going all around the world. So once you're done in Hong Kong, they have no epic death. You just jump out of here, and you go around the world, or Eurasia, rather. After defeating Wan, Maki, Carlos, and Hager learned that the Mad Gear Gang's base of operations had been moved to Europe. What a surprise. Wan told her that Rena and Genjura have been taken there. The final fight for the lives of and Rena is about to begin. It's funny because it already is Final Fight. So now we are en français. Oh, come on, show the flag. There we go. Now we are en français. And that was the end of the first segment, Hong Kong. Stay tuned next time. We will see Carlos tearing up French people. Why it has to specify it's 5 o'clock, I'll never know. By the way, high Eiffel Tower behind a map of Eurasia, whatever. So yeah, next time, Paris. See you then.